What's up, everybody? It's Coach, and it is everybody's favorite time of the month when the Vault comes out. And what we have here is we got a bunch of stuff in the Mantic Vault that's coming out July 2025. So without further ado, let's get right to it, okay? Here we go. We're going to start off with the hospital terrain crate. Got a bunch of stuff for the hospital, some beds, some gurneys, chair, flower pot, IV. This is good because I like this kind of stuff because you could use this in any game. It looks good for, like, say, Walking Dead, but even in Dead Zone, if you want to do some kind of lab or hospital that's maybe being invaded by veer-myn or plague or whatnot, and, you know, this is good for scatter terrain. You want to just, you know, have this in here for cover and whatnot. I think it's a great idea. All right, so let's move on. All right, so as you may or may not know, we started playing Kings of War here at Family Gamers, and Andrew is a goblin guy, and his army is basically, like I said, the goblins. So this month, the Vault heard it, and they know it's what he plays, and so they decided to be very gracious and give us a lot of goblins. So the first things first, here is a goblin archer. So if you want to make a bunch of goblin archers, like say for Kings of War, now I don't quote me, I don't know exactly the name of all the units for the goblins, but we're gonna kind of go back and forth. So here's a goblin archer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to print a bunch of these, but then I'm going to mirror them so that, you know, they'll be completely opposite. And when you spread them around with terrain and whatnot, it'll look great. So this is a good thing here. Like the sculpts, you know, I myself love the goblins here. All right, number 2, this is the Goblin Bigot. This is the Goblin Bigot with his mace and the sword. All right, so looking good, great sculpt. Like I said, you could just mirror it, put them in different things, and flesh out the units here. All right, next is the Bigot 2, the second Bigot. Double swords, double swords. I really like this. The only thing is the buckles. Tons and tons and tons of buckles, which are a pain in the butt, but especially when you're trying to speed paint it. These guys are rank and file. You want to speed paint them quick. But yeah, I like these sculpts. I think they're all Vanguard models. So yes, Vanguard models. Here is a more pup or a more beast, which you could never get enough of. And you could proxy these, I think, for Dead Zone 2 if you want to have, you know, they don't have the chain moors in their mouths. But, you know, if you need a few extra of these, you could do that. Not a bad idea. The more beasts are universal all over the place. Now, here we go. This is a rabble. All right, shield and sword. I love it. I love the whole aesthetic of, you know, he's got the armor, and what I like about the armor is you could do a lot of weathering, a lot of rusting, or verdigris. Just make it look cool, right? You know, I like this a lot. Lack of buckles is pretty good. Next, we have the Rabble 2. Rabble 2. So this guy, I think, made his way onto the Rob Berman's book about the Goblin King. That's this the guy I know. He's got the helmet on with the visors there, shield, sword, pretty good. All these guys I'm going to print up, but I'm also going to mirror them so we have double to make it a little bit of variety. So the guy, the the Rabble 2 will have this in the other hand also, and the sword in the other hand. So yeah, you know, good way to flesh out the ranks, like I said before. All right, so this guy is a Snagit. All right, I did not play Vanguard. I don't know exactly what he did, but, you know, it seems like he's a trapper and stuff. This is really good, like I said, to flesh out the ranks. So right now, let's see. Well, we're not done yet. We'll get to that. But yeah, pretty cool. He's got the trap here. I'm not sure about the goblins, if they have a trap guy in Kings of War, but it may work out to that effect. All right, this guy I really like. He's got the sickles here. This is the sneak. All right, so maybe like a goblin ranger or something like that. Very cool. You know, I really like these the Mantic sculpts for the goblins. Stepping up a lot from the previous ones. He put some old goblins, and they were not good. So I'm glad that we could 3D print these and get this going right away. So now here's a goblin spear. All right, spearmen. Always good to have the spearmen. I think we have 2 regiments of spearmen, but we can make another 2 for the bigger games. Okay, I kind of like this quite a bit. And let's go. This is the Stab It. You know, they're really not too many incredible original names. This is a stab at. But this guy to me looks like he might be able to be your leader. Put him in the middle of base for the Kings of War multi-base and go crazy with it. So all in all, that's pretty much most of the Goblin stuff. I really like the Goblin stuff. So now we're moving on to Firefight. Now, this was a very big surprise. This was actually a huge surprise because having a full mule in the vault is fantastic. I know Fabian must be happy because he's got his freaking mule. So, previously, in some of the other Vault videos that we did and in other Vault releases, there were additions to the top here where you could put on, say, a tank turret or a missile launcher, stuff like that. And it was great if you had a mule already. But now, the mule is here. So you can print that stuff up from a few months ago, add it to the mule, and you're ready to go. This is a firefight thing, GCPS, but you know what? I like this vehicle where I can use it in other games too. So it's a universal thing. Some of them agnostic games or just proxies. Right? Cool model. The fact that we got a full mule in here is awesome. This goes back to what I was saying about how impressive the vault is as far as money wise. Not only the companion, which I use constantly to make lists, but also that I'm not sure how much a mule kit costs. You can go look at it yourself, but I'm assuming it'd probably be 30, 40, 50 American, whatever. The 13 American that we pay for the vault and the companion together, the mule will pay for itself. You print one mule up and you use it, you've already gotten your money's worth. So, like I said, I keep saying how great the vault is, and this is just, it's paying dividends right here. And then the nice thing is let's say for argument's sake you want to just cancel the vault, it's already in there. It's there forever, whatever. And then they have something where you can buy old packs. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll do a video about that some other time. All right, so here we go. We're going into Armada. All right, these are the undead ships. Okay. Over here at Family Gamers, we were playing Armada a lot. We haven't played in a while, but we do like the game. There's nothing against the game. There's just a lot of games, and certain games are in favor at one point, and then others. But Armada now is a Vault exclusive. There's a lot of stuff there. I don't know how much physical product is out there. I haven't checked the website. But before we go further, are you guys playing Armada? Are people still playing Armada? As far as 3D printers, are you guys printing these up and playing Armada? So let me know in the comments below. Send me a message. I'd like to know if you guys are playing Armada because we did like it. It was a good. It is a good game. They could put some tweaks in it, but other than that, I really enjoy the game. So let's get back to the vault. This is the Baron of Bones. This is the XL ship for the undead. It's pretty good. It just looks like a destroyed ship here. Lots of grimdark with skulls and whatnot. Next, this is the Ghost Swarm. This is a tiny ship. All right. What I like about that is this. There are a bunch of stuff here. I don't know what there's. I don't know if this is meant to be here. I'll have to check when I print it up. It looks like something goes in here, but I like this. It's kind of a serpent, some kind of ethereal serpent with the wailing ghouls and ghosts in there. In it, and I'll tell you what, you could really print this up and get into some awesome little painting things here, making them glow and whatnot. Also, I don't play undead, but I'm sure you could proxy this in Kings of War for the undead stuff. So that's why I say the vault keeps paying dividends, because you're having lots of models for other games, other Mantic games like Kings of War. All right. The next one here is the Ghoul ship, which is a small ship. So the other one was, Swarm was tiny, this is small. If you play Armada, the ships are different sizes and they do different things. This one I really like because it's like destroyed, you have your cannons, whatnot, but the sails are made of the same, like tortured spirits or tortured souls in here. And what I was thinking is, when I first saw this, is that let's say you could do this one color, but then you do this one another flesh color. Let's say, I don't know, a purple flesh color. Also this here, you can do, maybe it's a like green, like an orc color, or just different flesh colors. Okay, and that would be something interesting. Change up the dynamic of the ship. All right, next we have the zombie crab. So this is, I guess, a crab that is destroying a ship. And I think it looks awesome. This to me reminds me of the Trident realms, where they have, they have their crab and the wave and stuff, that you use in there. It is a tiny ship like the other one in Forces of the Trident realms. I'm sorry. So yeah, cool sculpt. Really like this a lot. This is the zombie ship, just a straight up zombie ship. It is a medium sized ship. You have your undead kraken going to work on this. I guess the undead kraken here. I like the fact that it has the barnacles and whatnot. It's been sitting at the bottom of the sea. A lot of weathering can go into this. You can really all the metal should be rusted and verdigreed. All the barnacles should be bright colors, and then you have this undead flesh of the kraken, which would look really, really awesome. All right. Next, that is, like I said, the zombie ship. All right, so getting back to Kings of War to make Andrew happy, as a Goblin player, I was just talking to him a few days ago, saying that I'd like to maybe purchase some Morpup launchers for him for his birthday, get him some Goblin stuff to flesh out the ranks. And one of the things I said was the Morpup launcher, and I know that the champions have the guy that people are using at their leader as a Morpup launcher. I don't know what the champion's name is, but boom, here it is. So first thing I'm going to do is print up a bunch of these and get them ready to go on the base and on the table. Yeah, it's a great, very cool model. You have the Morpups here. I love the female Morpup with her nice little ribbon on top here, on her bow on top here, eating someone's, it looks, I think, an orc arm. So yeah, this is it's a great crazy model, as Goblins should have. Painting potential in this is unfounded. It's just incredible. So, and then the piece of resistance, here we go. Here it is, the Goblin Wing It. All right, I was going to take the Goblin, the Wing It from Armada, the Goblin, the Orc fleet, and just blow it up 300 points, 300%. But now the Wing It is here, like a real Wing It, and we could print this up and get it going here. I say just start off with 3, paint them up. These should be really quick to paint up, and just start using them in the game. All right, just make Goblin craziness all over the frickin' place, which is what they're known for. Do love this model. This is one of the first ones, and I remember at a time I ordered one and it was on back order. I wanted to order one, it was on back order, and then I went to Adepticon and they did not have them. So by having them in the vault, now we have unlimited numbers of them. I think it's great. I've said it 1,000 times how much it is. This is the one I'm really happy about. Okay, so there is the July vault. One thing I will say though, I don't know if Clive picked this up or whatnot. This guy here, double-handed sword, the broadsword here, I don't see a file for him. So I've gone through it a few times, and he's not in there. Maybe he's with another. Maybe I think maybe these two are together, or these two might be together, but it's missing there. I'm sure Mantic will take care of that. Clive will probably put that back in and whatnot. But yeah, so all in all, pretty good month. My one criticism is there's really no Dead Zone stuff in here. Like I said, the hospital stuff can be used for Dead Zone, but that's kind of a stretch. The mule is really for Firefight, not in Dead Zone. And a lot of Kings of War and Armada stuff. I like to see Armada back in the vault, which is good. But we need some sci-fi stuff. I thought this was the summer of sci-fi, being July, which usually happens, but I'm not sure if it's happening this year. But if it is, great. If not, the vault is not showing that. But I do like this month. It's a good month. What do you guys think? All right. I said, let me know what you think about, are you guys playing Armada as far as 3D printers? I know if you're watching this, you're probably a 3D printer. And if you just want to get your goblins going, this is a good month to have it. All right. So like I said, give me some comments below. If you like this, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you next month in the August video. Take care.